Hi children, now let us see internal structure of the heart. The heart has four chambers. The upper two chambers are called atria and the lower two chambers are called ventricles. The interatrial septum separates the two atria and the interventricular septum is a partition between the two ventricles. The right atrium and the right ventricle are connected through a tricuspid valve. As the name suggests, it has three leaflets or three cusps. On the other side, the left atrium and the left ventricle are connected through a bicuspid valve. It is also called as microvalve because of its resemblance to a bishop's two-sided hat. The leaflets of these atrioventricular valves are connected to fibrous tissue called chordae tendineae, which in turn are attached to papillary muscles. The contractions and relaxations of these muscles make the valves open and close. There are also valves at the openings of the pulmonary trunk and the aorta. These are called as pulmonary valve and aortic valve respectively. Their crescent moon shape, that's why they are called as semilunar valves. The characteristic double up sound of the heartbeat is produced during the closing of the heart valves. The thickness of the valves of the four chambers varies with their functions. The valves of atria are thinner than those of the ventricles. The walls of the left ventricle is little thicker than the wall of the right ventricle. Sinoatrial node, atrioventricular node, bundle of His and the Purkinje fibers represent the specialized cardiac tissue. These fibers are autoexcitable as they have the potential to generate electrical impulse without any external stimuli. This makes the heartbeat continuously. Now let us see the functioning of the heart. The blood becomes oxygen rich by absorbing oxygen in the lungs. The oxygen rich blood enters into the heart through pulmonary vein. Left atrium of the heart, by the means of pulmonary vein, the left atrium relaxes, thus the blood is pumped into the heart. When the left atrium contracts, the left ventricle relaxes simultaneously and the blood rushes into the left ventricle through the mitral valve. When the left ventricle is filled with blood, it is pumped into the aorta, which carries oxygenated blood to different parts of the body except the lungs. Oxygenated blood reaches the different parts of the body through the blood vessels called arteries. The arteries get branched into capillaries when they reach the different organs of the body. The blood and then becomes deoxygenated and the blood capillaries get mixed and form thicker blood vessels called veins. The veins that bring deoxygenated blood to the heart are called vena cava veins. The deoxygenated blood from different parts of the body enters the upper right chamber of the heart, which is called as right atrium. When the right atrium contracts, the blood flows into the right ventricle through the tricuspid valve. From the right ventricle, the blood rushes to the lungs through the pulmonary artery through pulmonary valve. From the pulmonary artery, blood reaches the lungs for gaseous exchange. Again, the oxygenated blood reaches the heart through left atrium. In this way, the blood keep on pumping from the four chambers to the lungs, to the cells and to different parts of the body. Thank you, children.